Thank you again for your attendance and enjoy today's game.
Good afternoon from the Barons Athletic Complex. Today we have a matchup between our Blue Ridge Barons against the Flint Hill Huskies. My name is Charlie King alongside Moses Moran as we bring to you today's football game here on the Barons Sports Network. So Moses, this Flint Hill team will be quite a test for the Barons, don't you think?
Yes, Charlie. This will be a huge test for the Barons today. The Flint Hill Huskies are defending state champs, and the last time that these two teams met, it was a tough game with the Huskies coming out with a W with a score of 56-20.
That's right, Moses. This Huskies team has quite the roster of high-talent players.
That's right, Charlie. The Huskies have a very talented roster with players like Jordan Houston, who's an all-purpose back committed to Maryland, alongside with a safety Trey Backer, who also commits to Maryland. Also with Miles Thompson, who is Flint Hill's QB, who committed to Penn. The Huskies kicker has also received an offer from Virginia Tech.
As for the Barons, how have they been preparing for this game?
They have been preparing by really going hard in practice, rerunning the plays over and over again to have them perfect for the game. They've also been watching plenty of film. Flint Hill, so they know what to expect on game day. The Huskies O-line and D-line are much bigger than the Barons O-line and D-line.
Indeed they are. This Barons team is under a new head coach in Jimmy Wills as former head coach Tim Thomas stepped down last year. How has this change in coaching affected the Barons' play so far this season, Moses?
That is a great question, Charlie. It has affected the Barons' play greatly this year. Head coach Jimmy Wills is a very hard-working coach. He is very passionate about the sport and wants the best for his players and his other coaches.
Now, as we wait for the kickoff to come up, we see the three main captains for the Barons, Xavier Kane, Sammy Fort, and Miles Ham out there. Those are the three senior leaders, and how do you think that they will help the Barons work today?
I think that's a great question, Charlie. I think these three are the superstar players of the Barons. Xavier Kane is a star QB, playing an absolute unbelievable game. Last game is going to have another game. Even better game this game, I feel, alongside with Samuel Fort, who has close to 11 Division I offers.
That's right, and Miles is the leader of the offensive and defensive line, and hopefully they can help because, as you mentioned earlier, the O-line and the D-line for the Huskies are quite a fort there.
Yes, they are, Charlie. Actually, it's kind of funny. My brother is one of the new starting D linemen,
That's right.
And he actually just started playing football this year and is on the starting spot. So I'm pretty pumped up to see him play.
Now we prepare for the kickoff from the new kicker, the new pickup for the Barons, Omar Jassim from, let's see, he's from Bahrain. He's one of my good friends, plays on the basketball team. And let's see how he kicks his first kick as a Baron.
Today's a beautiful day here, folks. It's a little bit overcast, but it's nice and cool. Little winds. Great day for a football game.
Yes, it is quite different from what we were expecting with Hurricane Florence. We were expecting a little bit more rain, a little bit more wind. There is a tiny bit of wind, so let's see. Oh, the refs have stopped.
I know. Hold on, guys. They're not doing what it's supposed to do.
They're just having a problem with the clock right now.
Yes, hopefully they will work it out.
All right, we're good.
All right, now they have the right time for 12 minutes, and Omar will set up for the kick again. Back to receive the kick is Miles Thompson and Roet Gentel for the Huskies. And Omar set to kick. And we're off. It's caught by number 1, Zachary, or it's picked up by Zachary, and
great hit.
Good tick. And that was a tackle by Cam Cooley, I suspect.
What a great hit by Cam Cooley, right on top of him, right out the gate. Right when he was running up, Cam was right on top of him, ready to make the play.
Yep. And so now we set up for the defense of the Barons. They run a 3-5, three defensive linemen, 5 linebackers. As you did mention, there is number 71, your little brother Liam Morand.
He's a big boy, 6'6", 245, first year playing football.
Here comes the first snap of the game, and it's a toss over to number 3. He's out, past 20.
Great shifty.
Oh, he's down.
What a great run by number 3. Way to use those. He has really good feet, obviously, and can really cut back and take sharp corners.
He got the first down, and they're down around the 37. There's Xavier Kane playing cornerback, as he plays almost every single snap during games. As Flint Hill lines up, they got only one back in the backfield, and the quarterback's under center. Hands it off to the number 3. Number 3 going down. Gain about 7 yards on that run.
As you can tell, the Flint Hill's O-line is very large compared to the Barons' D-line. Like I said earlier, they just have really big boys, and so do we, but theirs are a little bit bigger.
And Flint Hill definitely does have a lot of returners for the team, as most of their players on the roster are below seniors. So I suspect that the difference in experience for the O-line for the Huskies and the D-line for the Barons is really affecting them. Now another handoff to number 3. He bounced outside. He bounced back towards the middle. He's dodging tacklers. Oh, he spins around. Oh, he's breaking tackles. And finally he's brought down by Samuel Fort.
Well, that was a really good job by Sammy. We want to chase him down and not stop running. That was a really good play by Samuel Fort.
Quite a number of broken tackles there by number 3. Jordan Houston, the man who is committed to, he is committed to Maryland. That is quite impressive for anyone, and they have 2 Maryland commits on their team. Now the Huskies send back up, one back up.
As you can see on the far right side, number 2, Xavier Kane, is also a star quarterback, also plays defensive end, which is very, very impressive.
He plays cornerback, not defense. And they're throwing it out to number 5, and it's just a little bit over. The D-line for the Barons was able to press that out and get through for once past this very large offensive line for the Huskies. Now we come up on second down.
As you can see, the Huskies are making a switch right now, really trying to set up the perfect play to get a touchdown here. The Huskies have an overall very good team. Many high talented Division I players. The Barons really have to really want to win this game.
They got trips left near side for the Flint Hill Huskies. Snap ball to the quarterback. Oh, and the pocket has collapsed, and he's scrambling. He's throwing it out to number 5, and here we go.
Great defense. Great defense.
Good break up.
Great defense by Malik Brown. He would get his height in there and use his hand to deflect that ball down the field.
He was able to read that ball all the way, yes, sir.
Very, very good play by Malik Brown.
Third down coming up right now.
Great defense by Malik Brown right there. Able to get his feet there, able to really read that ball well, and use his height and his strength to get up there and block that pass. Very well done.
Now third down on the Barons' 42-yard line. As the Huskies set up trips near side, one back in the back.
Xavier Kane on the far right here as a cornerback.
Here the snap, and he's looking to pass. He's got one man open, but he throws it over, fourth down.
Great D by Samuel Fort. Able to be on top of him the whole entire time.
Now, as you mentioned before the game started, they do have a kicker who has received an offer from Virginia Tech. So it is interesting to see whether they have him kick or punt, but it looks like they will have him punt. And we have Samuel Fort out to receive the punt.
Samuel Fort is a very athletic and very, very fast returner.
Here's the punt. There you go, and it's through the end zone. That's going to be a touchback.
That was a very, very good kick by the kicker there. He's got a very, very strong leg, as you can see.
Now we set up to see the first of the Barons offense. We have very key players for the Barons, such as Xavier Kane at quarterback, Michael Asher at wideout, Isis Lewis at whatever position he wants to play, and other players such as Samuel Fort running the ball, Prophecy Kissmore also as a running back.
Yeah, Prophecy Kissmore is a new addition to the Barons team this year, and he's been a great, great addition. Like last game, he had one touchdown, many rushing yards, and he is very, very agile and strong player. He's a great.
Now we have empty, and he's passed straight to Sammy Fort, who picks up 2 or 3 yards, just getting set up.
That was a great pass by X, and it was a great catch, but the Flint Hill Huskies were way too fast for Sammy to get a good run in.
Now as they set up again, the backfield is empty, just with Xavier, trips near side, twins on the other. Xavier sets up in the quarterback. He looks, he overthrows, And it's almost caught by Michael Asher. What a hustle play. He almost got that, and that would have been one for the day right there.
That was really good speed by Michael Asher right there to be on that ball. And it just slipped out of his hands.
Quite the awareness as well to see that the ball had been tipped up and to go back after it.
Very high football IQ right there.
Again, we have the same formation out of the Barons. Here's a snap to Xavier. Going out. He's scrambling, pocket collapse, and he's got Keegan Kozak, I suspect. Yes, Keegan Kozak, our favorite Canadian.
Keegan Kozak has been a great attribute to the Barons football program these past 2 years. He's a very hard worker, hustles, very strong kid and athletic kid, and he's not afraid to take a hit.
He is just one of those all-around athletes. Here comes Prophecy Kissmore checking in, setting up at tight end. And here's the punt to Xavier, a little high snap. The punt comes off. And it's caught at the 50-yard line.
As you can see, Xavier Kane is really an all-purpose player. He's a great QB. He's great at defense, and he obviously can kick the ball as well. And that's really, really impressive.
Indeed he is.
He's just an amazing all-around athlete.
Now the Barons failed to pick up a first down on the last drive. How do you think that they're going to have to adjust with the offense coming in?
I think they really need to buckle down and really focus on their main star players, because those guys are always going to have the ball, and I think they really need to lock down on those key players.
Yep. Now the Flint Hill Huskies offense takes the field at their 49-yard line. Their quarterback, Miles Thompson, setting up, and he hands it off. Oh, no, he doesn't. It's a trick. Breaks one tackle, and he's brought down, but he got the first down first.
I can see Flint Hill's QB is very, very talented. As I said earlier, he's committed to UPenn, and that was just a very, very athletic play. Able to have really quick bursts of speed, very good agility and footwork.
Indeed.
Charlie, what do you think that the Barons' most successful offensive play is going to be during this game?
Personally, I don't think that they will be able to match up with the wideouts that we have if they can get downfield, such as Michael Asher and Malik and the rest of them. I don't think that they will be able to get down there. Now we see number 5 in motion, setting back, handoff to number 3. Oh, he's got blockers. Oh, he's brought down. Nice little 5-yard gain there for the Huskies.
That was great defense by the Barons. Able to swallow up that kid going into the hole. And they were really able to just bring him down and prevent the down from happening.
Now the Huskies, they have been running and been able to very successfully set up their run game early on. But they have not been able to throw it very well, as they have not completed a single pass as of yet.
That is very true, Charlie. So that means our guys downfield are being very, very locked down on defense.
Indeed. Now we see Twins out. It's handed off to number 3 again. Oh, he gets tripped up.
That was a great hit.
Good little tackle by, I think that's
Liam Moran.
Liam Moran. There we go.
That was a great hit by Liam Moran, able to bring him down.
We have third down on the 30. Let's see if the Barons can make this stop and get force either a kick or a punt.
Many kids are showing up to the Barons game. It's a huge game. Here to cheer them on.
Indeed, they are. Twins both sides of the field. Now number 3 sets out for trips on the near side, and it's quarterback draw, and he runs out. Oh, he's free, and it's going to be a touchdown for Miles Thompson of the Huskies. He was able to slip through that gap very easily, Moses. What do the Barons need to do to adjust to this very powerful run game coming out of the Huskies?
Great question, Charlie. I think they really need to pressure the QB on defense, really sit back in the hole and really wait for him to come through and just hit him right when he tries to go through and really bring him down.
Here comes Justin Dunkel of the Flint Hill Huskies to take the kick. Here's the snap. It's up. And it's good. And he kicked it all the way over the back fence and into the forest.
As you can see, he has a very, very, very powerful leg. it will go over the net and through our fence into the woods.
Now, I'm wondering whether we are going to make him to go get that ball or if he's going to go get us a new one.
Both teams are huddling up as of now, trying to figure out new plays. The Barons are trying to figure out what they could have done better to prevent that touchdown from happening.
We've seen two very different methods of offense so far coming out of both teams. The Huskies focusing a lot more and getting more work out of the run game, while the Barons focusing more on their passing game, with Xavier Kane most of the times being alone behind the center with everybody else out wide. Now here is Prophecy Kissmore and Makai Nelson out to receive the kick from the Huskies.
Makai is a very new addition to the football team. He's also a lacrosse player, one of our new LSMs, and he has very, very good hands and he's a very athletic player, football player, and is able to run and really pick up speed and take it down the field. Here's a kicker route lining up.
Now we prep. Here's the kick. And it's up. And it's quite a kick. And it's out of the end zone. Now here comes the Barons offense once again. And let's see if they can pick up their first down of the game so far.
As you can see, will be another touchback, and they will be the same spot they were last time.
At the 20-yard line.
That's correct, Charlie. Let's see if they can get past first down.
Miles Ham, the captain and left tackle, this Barons offense. One a hell of a player.
Here comes Yellow Line setting up.
Xavier Kane stepping back.
Stepping out of the
scramble. He finds one man, and it's incomplete.
That was absolutely great defense by the Huskies. Number 2, being able to be there, swat that ball right out of Sammy Ford's hands, and make the play.
Yes, that's Miles Thompson, also the quarterback for the Huskies, and he is very similar to Xavier Kane in that he plays almost every single snap of the game. Now here we go. Xavier Kane all alone in the backfield. Trips near side. Sammy Ford in motion. He fakes the pass and he's scrambling. He goes out. And there's a penalty on the play. May have been a late hit.
That was an absolutely great play by Xavier Kane, realizing that the pressure was coming, saw a hole, took it up, and made the slide so he wouldn't get hit or hurt too bad.
Personal foul.
Personal foul hit to the head.
Indeed, yes. Xavier Kane had gone for the slide to avoid getting hit hard, and instead of just letting him go, one of the Flint Hill players decided to hit him, and now that will be a 15-yard gain plus the amount of yards that Xavier Kane had run. So now the Barons are on the 38-yard line. Xavier Kane in the backfield with Prophecy Kissmore and Sammy Fort. Gets snap, hands it off. No, it's a quarterback draw, and he goes up. Oh, great run! Great run by Xavier Kane. That was a great fake. Picks up Flint to Prophecy Kissmore, and he was able to run up way through the hole and get close to a first down. Picks up about 7 yards, second down for the Barons. Seeing a little bit more running out of the Barons this time as Xavier Kane has had to scramble quite a few times or go for the quarterback draw. Let's see if they try and set up their run game just the same as how the Huskies do, or if they try and pass it here. We have Michael Asher all alone, near side, along with Isis Lewis on the far side. Makai Nelson in motion. Snapped and handed off to Sammy Ford. He cuts back and he gets through. Gains up about 2 yards. That was a great play by Sammy Ford to use his body to get through some of those tackles and make the play. Indeed, Sammy is one of those running backs who will not try and make too many moves, but rather will try and run through a player. Barons are setting up here, trying to figure out a play to get as far downfield as possible. About 1 more yard until they get the first down here, so let's see if they decide to go for a quarterback draw. Again, same formation. Hand off to Prophecy Kiss Moore.
Great run.
And he gets the first down. And
great run by Prophecy Kiss Moore. Able to break through those tackles just like Sammy Ford did. Being able to be there and make the play and get the first down.
Trying. Now we see the Barons heading up. Now that they have first down, we have same formation, Mike Lasher alone, close side, and Isis Lewis, far side. Prophecy gets more in motion. Toss to Sammy Fort, down the sideline. Breaks out. Picks up about 5 yards right there.
That was an absolutely amazing run by Samuel Fort. He was really able to get that ball from the toss from Xavier Kane and really get down the field and really use his speed and agility to make that run route around the O-line and make the play.
Indeed, he was able to swing out very far and get a gain of 6 yards actually now.
Sammy Ford has been a huge addition to this Barons football team.
When he came in last year, yes. Now we have the same formation. High snap, looking pass. He's throwing out to Michael Asher. Michael Asher running up. Oh, it's too far for him.
That was a great look by Xavier Kane. That ball was just a little bit short of Michael Asher would have had that. And that made a great play for the Barons. And Michael Asher has been a huge addition to this football team as well. Being here since his freshman year, he has very good speed and strength.
Michael actually came in last year as a sophomore, Moses.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. He came in with us two. This Barons team has a lot of new young guns on it, with very few of their players having been here for more than 2 years. Now the snap to Xavier Kane, same formation. Hand off to Sammy Ford. He runs through, picks about 2 yards.
I think the Barons really need to work on doing more of a passing game. I think the Russians doing them well, but I think they need honestly farther down the field with more passing.
Now it's 4th down. Let's see what the Barons try here. Looks like that the Barons have decided rather not to punt and to go for the 4th down. Xavier Kane is all alone outside. He's rushed and there's a man through. Xavier Kane has to run. He's got a man. Oh!
Xavier Kane really got pushed out of the pocket there. And the O-line wasn't able to hold the D-line of the Huskies for very long. And he got pushed out of the pocket and had to make a pass to Prophecy Kiss Moore, which was just wide and went out of bounds.
Had that play worked, it would have been
an incredible game for the Barons.
Yep.
Now you can see as the D-line sets up.
We have the linebackers of King Kozak, Isis Lewis, Samuel Fort. Cornerbacks with Malik and Xavier. We have one running back in the backfield for the Huskies. And it's handoff straight up the line. And he's out. And he's free. He's going down to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, 10. And it's a touchdown for the Huskies.
As you can really see, that QB speed is absolutely unreal. He's really able to really push down the field and really use that explosiveness to get him through where he wants to go.
That was about a 55 to 60 yard run for the Huskies. First play of that drive, and they score.
Very, very, very impressive play.
Now here comes the kicker to try and make it 14-0 for the Huskies. Sets up for the kick. It's snapped. Oh, it's a high snap. He's running back. And it's not going to be converted for the Huskies.
That was an absolute great play by Samuel Ford to be right on top of that ball as soon as it was a high snap. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, that was 44, Andy. He's a brand new football player to the Barons, and he already had tour at UVA, and is just an all-around very, very good athlete and an amazing basketball player. That was a great pressure play by him to able to get to the kicker and make the play.
Indeed, Andy was picked up last year by Coach Cade of the basketball team, and he is one of those amazing athletes. He has the ability to jump so high that he can almost put his elbow all the way through the rim. Keaton Evans-Gale is not liking the commentating here.
Keaton Evans is doing a great job on the film, as you guys are watching. He's been part of BSN for about 2 years. Yeah, since the very beginning.
Keane is a very big Wisconsin fan, as he is currently wearing the Wisconsin hat that you will never see him take off, except for right now as he's trying to shield his eyes from the sun. Now we see number 18 for the 5th time, as he is here to take the kick for the Huskies. The Barons have not been able to return a kick so far, as all of his punts and kickoffs have either gone out of the end zone or been touchbacks. As he sets up, we have Kai Nelson and Prophecy Kissmore in the backfield to take it, and it's a kick, and it's high, and it is out of the end zone again.
We'll put the Barons in the same situation. The last 3 kicks, they will have a touchback at the 20-yard line, and let's see what they can do here. The rain it's got a little bit darker during the game in the sky. Seems like it might rain, but I think it's still holding off, so let's really hope on that.
Now we see the offensive line setting up for the Barons. There are quite a few new football players on the offensive line, like Jack Dickey and a number of others. Now we have a timeout taken by the Barons.
The Barons are going to huddle up and see what they want to do to make the best play possible for them to get a touchdown.
Now,
head coach Jimmy Wells has been a tremendous addition to this new Barons football team this year, and really has made this team what they are so far. And he really has a passion for the sport and for his players. He really wants the best for his team overall, and just is extremely competitive and always works hard, and really wants his team to win at all costs.
Indeed, he was the assistant head coach last year under Tim Thomas, and he does have a very similar playbook to Tim Thomas, but according to the players, he has brought a little bit more youth and life to the team this year, having a little bit more spirit and
passion for the game.
Passion for the game, indeed. Now, I'm not saying that Tim Thomas didn't, but what I am saying is that is just a young and new head coach looking to feast on whatever he can here this year. Now, Barron setting up. Twins far side and trips near side. Xavier Kane fixing Miles Ham's shoulder pads. Now he gets back under center. Here's a snap. Barron's going out, and he has Makai Nelson for a nice little 5-yard pickup.
That was a great catch by Makai. He would get his hands up there and make the grab.
Good check down for the Barons right there, just to get some quick yardage. Second down now. And snap. And he's looking. Oh, and it's just over the head of Michael Asher. It went straight through Michael Asher's hands like he had butter on his gloves.
That was an absolute great play and pass by Xavier Kane. That was an absolute bullet right to Michael Asher.
It was a shame that he didn't catch it. Now it's 3rd down for the Barons. Same formation. Snap to Xavier Kane. Steps back in the pocket. He's scrambling now. He's got a man on his back. He runs and he throws it out of bounds. And there's a late hit by number 31. of the Huskies. That is Elijah Watson.
That was a great play by Xavier, able to leave the pocket and really use his feet and speed and agility to get out of the pocket and try and make the pass.
Now penalties have really helped the Barons so far, as they have gotten 2 of them to give them both first downs, as it was a late hit, and it is a 15-yard addition for the Barons now. They will set up on the Barons 40. First down.
Seems as if the Barons are trying to figure out a good play here to really get past the Huskies D-line. The Huskies D-line is very talented.
Very big as well.
Strong.
Yes. Here you go, Barons set up. Michael Asher alone on near side. Isis Lewis far side. Makai Nelson now in motion. Xavier Kane with a snap, handoff to Sammy Fort, and he's out. Oh, he almost breaks 1 tackle. That was a loss of yardage, about 1.
That was a really good play by the Huskies, able to really step up on Sammy and make a big splash play and bring him down so he won't be able to go anywhere.
Second down for the Barons, 11 yards to the first down. Isis Lewis far side, near side. Michael Asher far side. Makai Nelson in the tight end spot. Sammy Fort behind Xavier Kane. Prophecy Gizmore changing sides. Now it's a fake toss to Sammy Fort, and he rolls out. He's throwing to Michael Asher. Oh, and he got 1 hand on it. Incomplete.
That was an absolutely amazing pass from Xavier Kane, right to Asher's hands.
3rd and 11.
Now it's 3rd and 11 for the Barons, as they need to gain 11 yards to get the first down here.
The Huskies defense is very tough downfield. They have very good feet, very good speed and strength, and are really able to lock down our Baron players.
Now we see Malik Brown coming in for Michael Asher. We have an empty for Xavier Kane with trips on near side, twins on far side. Xavier Kane all alone in the backfield. And there's a flag. Xavier Kane very frustrated, throwing the ball down. False start on the Barons. That'll be a 5-yard loss. Now it is 16 and 3rd for the Barons.
The winds pick up quite a bit here.
It is, yes. Now we see Barons coming out, going with the same formation as they had. Isis Lewis, Prophecy Gizmore, Makai Nelson, Samuel Fort, Malik Brown all out wide with Xavier Kane in the backfield. Now he gets a snap. He's looking to pass. And he looks up and he's scrambling. He's going out. Oh. That was a 15-yard run for Xavier Kane.
That was absolutely amazing run by Xavier Kane, really able to use his explosiveness and agility.
4th down and 1 now for the Barons. Let's see if they decide to punt or if they try and go for the first.
The Barons defense O-line did a really good job on that last play, able to really hold the Huskies D-line and make Xavier get the run that he needed.
Xavier Kane was able to sit in the pocket for as long as he could until now we have a whistle blown. Timeout by the Huskies. Now, Moses Moran, we have a new gym here at the Barons Athletic Complex, and it is in the old weightlifting room.
That is very true, Charlie King. We are the Barons' old wrestling room is going to be transformed into one of the new weight rooms because our old weight room is pretty outdated and quite a bit of the equipment's outdated, and we really need an upgrade. So our players and sports can have better training and just have a better lifting experience.
Indeed, and there will be a rock climbing wall, a bouldering wall, alongside weight racks and all the other weightlifting equipment, and it is about 2 times larger than the old weight room that we currently have right now.
Which is going to be very nice because our old weight room is very tight and crammed. It gets pretty annoying sometimes lifted in there.
Indeed it is sometimes. Now here come the Barons as the timeout has ended. We have an empty set. Twins on near side. And trips on the Flint Hill side of the field. Xavier Kane going under the center. And quarterback sneak. Oh, and they do not get it.
Xavier Kane rolled right into that hit. It seems as if he is down. His helmet came off. It seemed like he got hit in the side of the head pretty hard right there.
The quarterback.
Xavier Kane is the key player of this Barons team, and it would be a great loss if they would not be able to play him now. Xavier Kane getting up, a little shaky, but he looks fine as of right now.
Folks, let's really hope Xavier Kane is able to get back on that field because he's a player that we really do need.
Indeed. Now the Barons defense coming out, try and make a stop. The Huskies are 2 for 3 on all of their drives, scoring on 2 and punting on their first drive. Now here come the Barons setting up. They have 5 men on the line, 2 linebackers, and everybody else manned up. Coming up, and there's a pass to number 15. Oh, and it is almost caught. Again, the Huskies have not been able to complete very many passes so far in the game. With a minute left in the first quarter, we will see what they try and do.
As you can see, the QB does a majority of the running game, and that's, I think, one of his second passes he's thrown all game.
Now as we wait for the Huskies quarterback to tell his team to play, we see that we have Cam Cooley and Sammy Ford out in the back, the linebackers. Here comes the snap, handoff to number 3. Oh, and he broken tackles.
First down.
And first down for the Huskies. 13-yard gain.
Number 4. Dice, number 4.
Logan's also playing it.
But he's not going to back up.
As Lee Moran comes off the field, the Huskies huddle up to make the play, to figure out which play to use next. I'm pretty curious to see if the QB is going to run it or do another pretty long ball downfield. Probably to get some more from the near side.
Now a handoff to number 3 as he comes out, and he's running past, and he's out, and it's 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown for the Huskies. That was just a breakdown in the defensive line as number 3 was able just to run straight through the Barons defense, almost untouched. This run game for the Huskies has been quite the struggle for the Barons.
I think the Barons really need to work on really crushing it down on D and really collapsing the hole so that number 3, he just has really very fast feet and legs, and we really need to be able to shut him down and close the gap.
That is correct. They need to fill those gaps so that they can't get as many runs, because that is all that the Huskies have been able to do so far, just get a bunch of running yards. Another kick, and it is good. And now we have 20-0 Huskies. 41 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter as we await for the Huskies to kick it off once more. Xavier Kane still sitting there on the bench, being checked out by the trainer. We hope he is all right and everything is okay, both for the sake of this game and for just he is a good friend of ours, and we wish him the best.
It seems that the backup QB, Logan Marshall, may be going in the game.
Indeed, he is a senior this year. Logan plays on the lacrosse team with us. He's quite an athlete, but he does not have the experience, in my opinion, that Xavier Kane has had, and he does not have the scrambling ability that Xavier Kane has showed us so far in the game. Although Logan Marshall does have the potential to be a very good thrower.
Yes, Logan Marshall's a very good athlete, has a very good arm.
Although I
able to get downfield.
Although I do see that Isis Lewis is warming up on the sideline, tossing with number 88 over there, and I do not see Logan Marshall warming up his arm. Now we wait for the kickoff from, I think, Justin Dunkel. Again, that is the quarterback who has received some Division I offers to kick. And it's off, and it is over the heads of the Barons, and it is out of the end zone. Now we see who will replace Xavier Kane at quarterback for the Barons.
Every one of those kickers' kicks have caused a touchback, and it has been really, really impressive. And that's why he is a Division I talent and prospect.
Their best defensive back to stand on one side of the field.
He's a very, very, very talented player.
Now we wait for the Barons to set up on the field. We see the Huskies defense already out there. Very large set of boys down on the defensive line for them. And it looks like Isis Lewis will be taking the snaps now at quarterback, replacing Xavier Kane. He has an empty backfield with Trips on his left, Twins on his right. He's looking to pass. Oh, and he almost has Nakai Nelson.
That pass was a little bit too far out in front for Makai to grab, and the defender was right on top of Makai.
Indeed. Now we see Cam Cooley checking in at wide receiver. Number 16 for the Barons, along with Prophecy Kissmore and Makai Nelson now. The snap. He's looking, scrambling. Oh, and it's incomplete.
Number 16 is actually Jack Charbonneau. He's a Canadian, and
oh, I got that confused with number 19, which is Cam Cooley. That is correct. Jack Charbonneau, a new pickup, sophomore for the Barons.
Very talented athlete.
Indeed he is. He is one of our fellow broadcasters here on the Barron Sports Network, although he will not be doing any games until after the football season. Now we see Isis Lewis having to scramble, and he looks for a throw, and it's out, and he's going to have to... Oh, and that may have been pass interference, and it was. As Jack Charbonneau was tripped up by the 3 Husky defenders that were surrounding him. That would have been an interception, but that was just an incomplete play by the Huskies.
That was a great call by the refs. They had to really realize that call and make it. 2
flags thrown by 2 refs, indeed. Pass interference on the defense. There we go. They don't mention a number, but may have been number 8. Now it's first down for the Barons off the penalty, as Isis Lewis again takes set of his team, and hopefully Xavier Kane can come back soon.
That's true, Charlie.
Jack Charbonneau and Michael Asher setting up on either side, with Isis Lewis with Prophecy Kissmore right beside him, Semi-Fort behind him. Here's the snap. Handoff to Semi-Fort, and he's not able to make a gain. Oh, there might have been a fumble on the play.
Swallowed up by the Husky defense.
And there was a fumble turnover for the Barons. Huskies ball. Huskies ball on the 38-yard line of the Barons side of the field. And as the Barons once again set up to play defense.
Semi-Fort was absolutely swallowed up by the Husky defense, and they were able to make the play and strip it from them.
The Barons really need to turn this around. There's about 14 seconds left in the game here, and hopefully they can stop and prevent the Huskies from scoring once more. Here we go, the very large Huskies offensive line setting up. The Miles Thompson setting up at quarterback. As he runs and he's going out. Oh, he misses a tackler. He's going over. And that's going to be, and he was out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That was a great effort. And last hit.
The Barons really need to stop the run game here, because that's all that the Huskies have been able to product so far. Their passing game at.
As you can see, folks, there's quite a few people here at this game in attendance. As both teams are very talented and they want to see a good game of football.
Now the Huskies setting up on the 4-yard line in the red zone. And let's see, that we haven't seen very much red zone offense out of either team so far, so let's see what they come up with here. They're setting up for a pass, and number 2 scrambling outside. He's got a man, but it is incomplete. Now the first quarter is over, and we prepare for the second quarter. As the teams will change fields, and it'll be 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 4 yards to the goal line.
As you can see, the score right now is 20-0 at the end of the first. Let's see if the Bears can make a comeback.
Let's see if they can turn this around indeed.
Comeback season's real.
Speaking of which, today here at Blue Ridge, the entire school for the Saturday morning program watched the film the Jackie Robinson film 42. It's quite an inspiring film, wouldn't you say, Moses?
I would definitely say so, Charlie.
Now, I cannot remember whether it was Charles Meadows or Trinell Thompson who said that Jackie Robinson is their idol for what he was able to accomplish in his lifetime and do for African Americans in not only baseball but in all sports.
Yeah, I agree 100%, Charlie. It's a very, very, very important thing to happen in our society, and he's an amazing man. I look up to him as an idol. I think it's very, very impressive and amazing what he did.
Now, I am not a big baseball fan because it is too slow for my liking, but I must say that people like Jackie Robinson and even today people like Aaron Judge and all the other young baseball players, they amaze me these days.
They
just
really
what are they able to do? Now we see the Huskies, they're coming out, and it's a tackle, and number 1 goes down.
Great hit.
May have been a loss of yardage on the play for the Huskies there.
That was a great play by Prophecy Kissel. We're able to read that pass coming there. And it seems if the Husky player who Prophecy tackled is down. That was a great hit by him.
Yep.
And I can see why he's hurt.
That is number 1 for the Huskies. Player who plays both sides of the field for Flint Hill. He's down, and it does look like he's in some pain. And let us wish that he will be able to get up, and that would be fine. Now we take an injury timeout. Now we see that Zachary Garcia is the player down on the field currently.
Let's see. Let's hope that he's okay.
He's a junior wide receiver and cornerback for the Huskies. Good size at 5'10", 186. There have been quite a few injuries so far in this game as we see that Zachary is able to get up and he's able to jog over to his sideline by himself with no help. That is a good sight to see indeed.
That is very true, Charlie. As you can see, the Barons are coming out right now and getting ready for the play to happen.
3rd down. Speaking of injuries, I see that Xavier Kane is still on the bench, and let us hope that he is able to recover from whatever it is he is suffering with right now, and that he's able to get back in this game because we could surely use him right now. As we wait, number 2, Miles Thompson under center for the Huskies as he hands it off to number 3, and he misses tacklers, and there's 2 flags down, and that is Cam Cooley who is able to make the tackle.
It was a great tackle by Cam Cooley, able to stay on his feet and make the play.
May have been a horse collar there by the Barons, which would bring it to the 1-yard line, I suspect, or half the distance to the goal, one of the two. Personal foul, face mask on the Barons, and that is going to be they're going to be on the 2.5 to 3 yard line. I cannot see from here. It's going to be 3rd down for the Huskies.
As you can see, the Huskies QB has taken quite a beating today, making a lot of their plays happen and using his speed and agility and size to really bring the Huskies a majority of their touchdowns.
Now the Huskies setting up. They've got twins on the near side over here with nobody else on their side. It's a quarterback draw. He's running out to the outside. He's going out. He cuts back, and that's going to be a touchdown for Miles Thompson of the Huskies, which brings us to 26-0 Huskies.
That was a very good play. And really use his feet and agility to get through the Barons defense and make the score.
Now we await the extra point kick by Justin Dunkel, who is a senior for the Huskies. Waiting the snap. And placed the ball down, and it is good. It will make the extra kick here, as one of the last extra kicks was a bad snap, which was made into a no conversion for the Huskies.
It seems as Xavier Kane is still on the sideline, still getting checked out by the trainers and the EMTs. So let's really hope that he's going to be okay here, because we really need him for the second half.
Indeed. Also, Bryce Ayler is getting his ankle taped up, and he is just getting up to walk around and put some weight on it. One of the senior prefects here at Blue Ridge, getting warmed up by the trainer as we wait for the kickoff from the Huskies to the Barons. Now, I wonder if the Huskies are intentionally kicking it away from Prophecy and Mackay, or if this kicker is just kicking with his full power to get it all the way so that they get a touchback. What do you think, Moses?
I think they're doing it on purpose, because they've done it for the past 4 plays actually, and every single time it's worked for them, and they've been able to shut down the Barons each time.
Indeed. Now here comes the kick from Justin Dunkel, Flint Hill. Xavier Kane still sitting on the sideline, helmet off. We will try and bring to you whatever we can about what is happening with Xavier after halftime.
Yeah, so I'm just saying if the back number 2
Now the kick from Justin Dunkel. It's off, and it's up, and it is out of bounds, and it's going to be yet another touchback.
Just like every other kick. They've been doing it every single time. Kicking out of bounds, getting the touchback.
Yes, they are.
They've really been able to hold the Barons back from getting a score and gaining really any further yardage each and every time.
Now let's see if the Barons can produce some offense here and get down into the red zone for the first time on this drive. As again, we have Isis Lewis coming in at quarterback, with Xavier Kane still sitting on the bench. He has Sammy Fort in the backfield with him. Michael Asher alone near side. Mackay, twins on the far side. Isis Lewis dropping back, and he's just going to throw it incomplete. They're really putting some pressure on this offensive line, the Huskies are. As Isis Lewis and Xavier Kane both have had to scramble quite a few times almost every single play. That pocket is collapsing quite quickly for the Barons, as all these times Isis has had to run out to make a pass or make a play. Now we have the same formation. Isis Lewis preparing for the snap. And here's the snap. Oh, and it is incomplete to Michael Asher, as he is not able to catch it.
That was a great play by the man who was covering Michael Asher. He was really able to get his hands up in there and really prevent Michael from getting the pass.
That was a very good pass, though, by Isis Lewis, as he was able to throw it on target. Michael was just not able to get his hands fully around the ball, and as you said, yes, the cornerback for the Flint Hill Huskies was able to make a good play and force Michael to drop that pass. All right, set up. Again, same formation. Michael Asher alone on the near side. Isis Lewis preparing for the snap. Oh. There's almost hard count, and he's looking for the pass, and he throws it up to Michael. Michael have to. Oh, and he's overthrown. Now here comes 4th down for the Barons.
Michael's really able to be his corner and really get down the field and be a good 5 steps ahead of his defenseman. But Isis Lewis is not able to make the pass, and it's just too far in front.
Now the Barons are preparing to punt the ball as they were not able to gain any yardage on this drive. Isis Lewis preparing for the kick. High kick, and it's up, and it is out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 49-yard line. Let's see if the Barons can stop the Huskies' run game here.
Here comes the O-line stepping out. Let's see if they can be locked down. It's the D-line.
Now, if the Barons can stop the Huskies' run game, do you think that they will be able to come back? Because there has not been very much productivity out of the Huskies' passing game as of so far.
I really do think so, Charlie. If we're able to stop the Huskies' run game, I think we'd be really able to honestly come back, if not come close to coming back, because if we're able to get our runs through and get more chances on offense to score, we will have a higher chance of coming back and winning.
Indeed. The Huskies' O-line has been able to make gaps for both Jordan Houston, the running back, and Miles Thompson, the quarterback, to scramble or run out of. Now there's a penalty on the play. It's going to be on the Huskies. It's going to be a 5-yard loss.
I didn't see a sticker.
There's a snap, and he's looking to pass. Oh, and he almost got hit there. It was almost a sack.
It was a great play by Samuel Ford.
No, that was Andy.
Oh, that was Andy.
Andy Nwunko, one of my fellow basketball players. He is just a freak of nature, and he's able to run through there and put pressure on the quarterback, get to the quarterback right after he threw it. Had he been a millisecond earlier, it would have been a sack or a fumble.
Either way, yeah, that was a great play by Andy, able to get his length, because he's about 6'6", and his strength and speed in there and really mess up the quarterback and his throw downfield.
Andy is one of those who hopefully we can see him put his presence. He's going through, and it's number 3, Andy looking for the tackle. Oh, and it is Cam Cooley making the tackle on Jordan Houston, the running back for Flint Hill, after a 25-yard gain or so. First down for the Huskies.
As you can see, their running back is extremely strong and is very, very fast and able to really get through those holes that they create and get the yardage gain.
Indeed, he's quite shifty, and he's able to make tacklers miss. And even when he is grabbed, he is strong enough to get a few extra yards. Now here we go with Miles Thompson under center. Handing it off to the fullback, number 28. Good tackle by
Jack Charbonneau.
Jack Charbonneau. Yes, he was able to grab the fullback's leg and just get down on him. Barron's able to stop that run right there. Second down, only a 2-yard gain for the Huskies. Now let's see what play that the Huskies come out for now.
The Barons D-line has been much more progressive on these set of plays compared to earlier on in the game.
Timeout, Huskies.
As both teams try to figure out, as the Huskies try to figure out how to score, and how the Barons try to figure out how to stop them scoring. It's pretty simple. The Blue Ridge soccer team had a detrimental loss against a Covenant school who was one of the best teams in the state. They only lost by 2 points. They were up by 2 in the very first half, which was pretty impressive. They just weren't able to carry out the plays and made some detrimental mistakes, and I ended up losing that game. But it was a great fight by the Barron soccer team.
Indeed, it was. I am part of the soccer team myself, and we were up 2-1 at halftime. And we we were playing extremely well, and had we continued what we were doing in the first half and brought that over to the second half, I personally think that we could have won that game. But then again, Covenant is the top school in Virginia as of right now in soccer, and so despite our loss, we still think that we did fairly well. Today we were supposed to have a soccer game, but it was canceled due to Hurricane Floyd.
All right.
Or Florence. Now here comes the snap. Number 2, he's looking to throw. He's got a man wide open for a touchdown to number 15.
That was an absolutely perfect play. It was an absolutely great snap, great throw, and number 15 was wide open in the end zone.
Indeed he was. He might have been a breakdown in coverage for the Barons, as Providence Kissmore was a good 5 yards behind number 15. And it was just he was able to make a catch and waltz into the end zone.
Here we go as they set up for the kick.
Going for the 2-point conversion to make it 34-0. It's up, and it is good. As I mentioned, Hurricane Florence did force the soccer game that was supposed to be against Eastern Mennonite today moved to next week, and we are feeling a little bit of the effects here in St. George, Virginia, with a little bit of wind, but it has been hitting the coasts of South Carolina and North Carolina very hard. South Carolina, where my family is from, and anyone who is in that area listening to this, I do hope that you are safe and continue to be safe, and we just send our prayers out to whoever is being affected by the hurricane.
That's very true, Charlie.
Now, this wind has not been affecting very much the kicking out of Justin Dunkel, the kicker for Flint Hill, as he has been able to make all but one of his field goals. That one field goal, of course, being the overthrown snap, but all of his kickoffs have been kicked out of the end zone and for touchbacks. So the wind has not been that much of a factor for the kicking game, but hasn't been that much for the passing game, as most of the throws have been either straight through the wide receiver's hands or just overthrown.
It's very true, Charlie. I think the Bears really need to work on just getting open and get those catches to really be able to make some plays and really get on the board.
Here's the
having
kick.
some trouble doing that.
It's up, and it's a little shorter than what it used to be. Oh, it's still a touchback, though. As Samuel Fort just watched. Oh, that's... As actually, William Lee watched it go out.
As you can see, the Flint Huskies are purposely doing the touchbacks because they've been doing it for the past 5 plays now, and it's been working so far. They've been able to make some really great splash plays off those and really hold down the Baron O-line and just make the plays each and every time.
Now again, Isis Lewis set back. Xavier Kane is now on his feet. Still on the sidelines, though, watching the game. Snap to Isis. He's looking for Mekhi Nelson. He's got him open. He makes a spin. That'll be about a 2 to 3 yard gain from Mekhi Nelson. 4 yard gain.
That was an absolutely great catch by Mekhi. If he wouldn't have slipped there, made that spin, that would have been a great run downfield.
Indeed. Mekhi Nelson from Idaho.
State of the potato.
State of the potato, indeed. It does not list him on the roster we have, although... No, he's not listed on the roster. He did come in a week later than everybody else because he had just been accepted the day school started. So I'm not surprised that he isn't on the roster as of yet. Now it's a toss out to Samuel Fort.
And he's swallowed up by the Husky defense.
15 dropped his head down. I'm surprised that was not a penalty there on number 15 for trying to lower his shoulder.
I've been there.
As sad as it is.
Now again, it's going to be 3rd down for Blue Ridge, as Michael Asher is replaced by Logan Marshall. Logan Marshall playing wide receiver, I suspect.
With the score of 35-0, the Barons are really trying to get some of the younger and unexperienced players out there to really get some playing time and really feel what it's like to be on a varsity team.
I would not agree with you there, Moses. I don't see very many new players out there as of yet. Now we see there's a throw up. It's not a great throw for the Barons, and it's just going to be incomplete. Now it's going to be 4th down and long. About 19 yards to the first down, and Isis Lewis going to be punting once again, I suspect.
This for the snap. Isis Lewis, a quarterback.
Isis Lewis, that punter as of right now. Oh, it's an overthrown snap. Picks it up. He's got to run out.
Absolutely great play by Isis Lewis.
Late hit. Maybe.
No, that was not a late hit, Charlie. That was just a really good aggressive play by the Huskies defense. That was a great catch by Kai.
Turnover on downs. It's going to be 1st down for the Huskies.
That was absolutely great play by Isis Lewis. Able to recover from that high snap and really make the play with the throw to Kai, and Kai making the athletic run down the field.
No, you got it at the end zone.
Charlie, was that a 1st down?
It's a 1st down for the Huskies.
Thank you.
Here comes the Huskies offense once again. That big offensive line and those two powerhouse players, number 2 and number 3 for the Huskies. Miles Thompson and Jordan Houston. Handoff to number 5. He's going to miss. He's going to make tacklers miss, and he's brought down by
Cam Cooley.
There we go.
That was an absolutely really good aggressive play by Cam Cooley. Able to use his speed and quickness to really chase down number 3 and make that play.
Yep. Now here we go once again. Set up. 2nd down and 7 yards. 6 yards to go for the 1st down. You tired?
No.
There comes Miles Thompson, the quarterback for Flint Hill once again, setting up under center. 2 men in the backfield. Handoff to number 3, and he's out. Oh, and that's a good play by Semi Fort to trip him up and get him early.
That was a really good play by Semi Fort. Really read that handoff early and really be able to make the tackle.
That was a 1-yard gain. 3rd down for the Huskies, as number 1 will check in for number 21 for the Huskies.
If the Bears defense can keep playing defense like this the rest of the game, we might have a chance.
If they can stop the run just like how they are, they might be able to turn things around here.
Because as you can see of now, folks, the passing game really isn't too strong.
For either team.
Yeah, for either team.
Here, number 2, Miles Thompson in the backfield. He's looking to pass. He's got a man open. It's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown.
It seems like there's a little bit of miscommunication between number 16, Josh Alberna, and number 5, Malik Brown.
Talk to Justice, because you gave him the equipment until they're going to wheel.
Because they both tried to get on him at the same time, and he bounced off Malik and was just wide open for the pass to cause a touchdown. It seems as if number 3, the QB, has very good vision, is really able to...
The QB's number 2, Moses.
Number 2, I'm sorry.
Number 3 is their running back. And that is yet another extra point for Justin Dunkel. The man, the myth, the legend.
I won't go that far. I mean, he's good, but he's not. He's not anything special.
It's 41-0 Huskies. No, I'm not going to try and call this too early, but this is... Now this game right now is very reminiscent of last year's game where Flint Hill was able to beat the Barons 56-20, and I do not want to jinx anything or make the spirit down for anyone, but it may look like history may repeat itself this year as it did last year. Although I will say that the Barons are a Division II team, and the Barons are the Division II team, and Flint Hill is a Division I team, so there is a difference there, as the Flint Hill is very much a larger school than the Barons. And here at Blue Ridge, they're able to draw more players, better players, and just do all of that.
For all you football fans out there, UC Davis is playing Stanford, and Stanford is up 17-3 in the second quarter with 17 seconds left. Vanderbilt is playing Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is up 10-0 with 9:40 left in the second quarter. And Boise State is playing Oklahoma in the first quarter, and is with 14:31 left, and it is 0-0.
Now we wait for the Barons to head back out on the field for another drive of offense. Let's see if they can produce some plays on the offensive side of the field.
With other games, as Temple, Maryland lost to Temple of a score of 35-14. Troy, Nebraska, Troy won 24-19. Army played Hawaii and won 28-21.
Samuel Ford with a nice catch from Isis Lewis.
That was a very good grab by Samuel Ford. He will get his hands on that and really have the yard gains there.
For all of you UVA fans, UVA will be playing Ohio University today at 4:30 on ESPN2. Now here comes Isis Lewis coming out in the pocket. He's throwing it up to Sammy Fort, but that was way overthrown as he had Sammy Fort 20 yards down the field.
That was a right look, Charlie, but it was just a little bit far off. Saying it was about 15 more yards downfield. That would have been a great pass.
Yes, it would have. Now we see a little less life out of the Barons sideline, but hopefully they can find some plays and complete some passes to bring some life back into their team. I know that I sure do. Now we see Isis Lewis back under center with Keegan Kozak blocking. He's got, and it slips right through Jack Charbonneau's hands, right over his head for an incomplete pass. And it's going to be 4th down for the Barons. Now it looks like the Barons are set to punt once again. Isis Lewis out back with number 15 and number 5 for the Flint Hill Huskies out. And it is a bad punt going out at the 40-yard line.
Mark him up.
Okay, Coach, 1st and 10 at the...
Some of the fans of this game are starting to leave because right now the score is 41-0. It is not even halftime yet. Bears have to keep it a positive attitude and just keep getting hype and just make the best of things. Put some of the new young guns out there and get them some playing time and experience and see what they have to offer to the Barons.
You're correct, Moses. Now, last week, Flint Hill, as we see number 28, the fullback for the Huskies, be tangled up. Last week, Flint Hill had a very impressive win over Paula 6 with a score of 45-14, while the Barons played Hardgrave with a score of Moses, do you remember the score?
I do not. But as you can see, the weather here is it's starting to.
Oh, we have penalty on the field.
The sky's like really starting to gray up, and there might be a storm on the way.
Fall start on Flint Hill. It's going to be a 5-yard loss for the Huskies. Second down.
The sky is also blue in some areas.
Keen Robert Evans McGill here on the camera, complaining that I said his name wrong. Nodding his head saying that I did. Keen is the manager of the basketball team, a fantastic manager, probably the best one that the Barons have ever had. As we wait the snap to number 2, it's a high snap, and Isis Lewis coming up. Oh, he's going to make him scramble. He's throwing it out. Jack Sharpner turns around. Oh, and it's caught by number 1.
That was an absolute amazing play by the quarterback.
Zachary Garcia, the wide receiver, who caught that pass right there just when the Barons thought that they had the quarterback for a sack. He was able to make a fantastic throw down to Zachary Garcia, who at the time did not see the ball was in the air until the last minute and was able to make the catch.
That was a great catch by the wide receiver, and even a better play by the quarterback, able to really use his forward to get out of the pocket, keep his head up, and make that amazing pass to the wide receiver down low.
Indeed. Now it's going to be 1st and goal for the Huskies, and it's going to be a handoff to number 21, who gets around breaking tackles, and he's brought down about the 3-yard line. There may have been a fumble.
Just for kicks, run your 2 and 3, but give them a Dutch or twin stack one.
And there was not a fumble on the play, but that would be a 6 to 7 yard gain for the Huskies. 8-yard gain for the Huskies, indeed, actually. As the clock keeps rolling with under 3 minutes to go now. Miles Thompson heading into his huddle to tell the Huskies the play that he got from the coaches. He's setting up under center. 2 men in the backfield. Handoff. And and the ball is fumbled at last minute, maybe. Oh, down on the 1st-yard line.
That was a great pile-up by the Barons defense, able to bring that rush down at the 1-yard line.
Able to stop that play right now, and we have 3rd down for the Huskies.
If we can hold off of this 1-yard line, we will be good, and they will not be in a touchdown.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now in the second quarter, 2 minutes away from halftime. As the Huskies set up for 3rd and 1 to the goal line. Miles Thompson, the quarterback, under center. Hands it off. Going out. And it's a touchdown for the Huskies, making it 48-0.
That was a great rush. Really was able to use his strength and size to really push through the Barons line and make the play.
Indeed it was. Indeed it was. Now number 18, Justin Dunkel, setting up for the kick. Down goes the ball, and it is good.
Right now the score is 48-0 with 1:55 left to play before halftime. Let's see if the Barons are able to make anything happen on this kick.
At the end of that play, now the Barons starting to see frustration set in. But hopefully at halftime, Coach Wills can get his team settled down and come back, set up. For those of you who are here at the game and just listening in, on the right near the basketball gym entrance, there is concessions, and Reverend West had told me to advertise it for anyone who was listening in here. She has great prices, great food, and just would like whatever customers she can get. Now we set. Now number 18, setting up for the kick. Again, let's see if he keeps his streak going of kicking it out for a touchback.
As you mentioned, with the concession stand, there's a young girl down below our press box who is selling baked goods. She's a cancer survivor, and she's trying to raise money for cancer programs. And she's a very, very strong young lady. And just God bless her soul.
Indeed, she is. Her name is Anna, and she is. I got a little chance to say hi to her, and she is a very, very nice girl. Here comes this kick, and it is outside, and it's going to be yet another touchback.
As you can really see, folks, the Huskies really just honestly just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I think it's really starting to wear on the Barons and their confidence during this game. Let's see if they're able to make a play and try to get some energy and hope and excitement back into this game. As of right now, there's still 48-0 with 1:55 to play.
What's his range?
Now the Barons set up again. Isis Lewis out back, takes a high snap, but he's able to grab it. He's scrambling out now, trying to find a receiver, incomplete to Makai Nelson.
It is a lot too far in front for Kai to grab. There's great coverage by the Husky defense.
Xavier Kane still sitting down on the bench on the sideline. At halftime, again, we will try and find out what the injury to him is and give you a report when we return after halftime. Now it's a pass out to Samuel Fort, who's able to, he fumbles the ball. Oh, and he was able to recover it himself. It's third down with 4 yards to go for the Barons. Isis Lewis all alone in the backfield. Got twins near side, trips far side, takes the snap, rolls out to his left. He's running off. He's running, and he'll get the first down.
Great play by Isis Lewis.
Oh, really? It's going to be close.
Nope, right now it's the fourth down.
He got it. It's going to be a first down.
Great play by Isis Lewis, really able to use his speed and really rush around the corner and make that play.
Indeed it was. Oh, here we go. Same formation for the Barons here. Isis Lewis in the backfield. Takes the snap.
1:13 left to play.
Up. Oh, and he just threw it in the ground now. Second down with a minute left to go. Stops the clock. Now, I doubt he can hear me, but the director, the man, the founder of BSN, Parker Kerwin, is down there. And now we take a snap to Isis Lewis. He's got a man open, and he overthrows Makai Nelson. Bring it back to Parker Kerwin. He gets all of the slack that we do not, when we do not cover the type of sports he doesn't want to.
As you can see, Makai is really able to get open and get looks, but just the passes are not there for him.
Mike Lasher and Logan Marshall checking in for QB. Isis Lewis at QB. Now that Isis Lewis seems to have something wrong with his leg. Walking off the field now.
Logan is a third-string quarterback who's not seeing a lot of playing time. Let's see what he's able to do here.
Gets a high snap. Steps back, throwing. Oh, and nearly intercepted.
That was a good look by Logan Marshall, but it was a little bit too high, and the Huskies were there able to tip it off. Luckily, they weren't able to get this interception.
Now we await the snap again. Logan Marshall to kick. Kicks it off. It's a short kick. It's caught by number 5. Nice little
30,
20-yard return, 15-yard return by number 5.
41 seconds.
He's obviously very, very fast and very strong, and he's really able to take it down the field. He's been a huge threat for the Huskies so far.
41 seconds left in the first half as the Barons defense once again comes onto the field. The Huskies, of course, may try and get one more score in before halftime, or we may see them just run out the clock. Here we go. Miles Thompson under center. He's got 2 out wide. Hands off to number 9, and he's brought down.
That was a great hit by Miles Ham. Big Ham able to get in there and cause some wreckage and really make a tackle and break through everyone. He's a big boy.
Now 2nd down and 9 for the Huskies as we await the play with 17 seconds left in the game, 16. And they might just run out the clock fully. Five seconds. And it will look like we'll just have the halftime now.
All right, folks. After halftime, we'll have more updates on Xavier Kane to see what's going on with him. So
we will see you in about 15 minutes or so.
That's right, Charlie.
Thank you.
Stay streaming.
Mute it, we'll crank up the tunes.
All right, and we're back for the second half of this football game of Flint Hill against the Blue Ridge Barons. The score is 0 for the Barons and 48 for Flint Hill. Now we await the kickoff from the kicker Justin Dunkel of the Flint Hill Huskies.
That's right, Charlie.
Moses, how do the Barons need to turn this game around?
Hi, the Barons. After their halftime meeting, I think Coach Wills had a pretty strong talk with them, and I think it's gave them quite a bit of hope. And I think they're really ready to come out and play and just be solid on D and on offense.
That's right, Moses. And the Barons need to keep their spirit up because Flint Hill is one of the top teams in the country, not only in Virginia. And the Barons have are in a rebuilding process with a new head coach and new players, and there are some battle-hardened veterans on this Barons team, but again, they are a very good, a new team, and it's just they need to get used together. This is their third game of the season. It's very early on, and they could definitely turn things around.
That is right, Charlie.
Now here we go again with, as the whistle is blown, we get ready for Justin Dunkel to take the kick, and let's see if he decides to kick it for another touchback again. And we're off for the second half now. It's up. It's over. Watch your language, Moses.
I didn't say anything, Charlie, but okay. That was a great kick by the kicker right there. As you can see, that was very, very, very far, and he's got a powerful leg.
Now let's see if Xavier Kane is back on the field. And I do not spy him. And I do not spy him on the sideline as well either.
It doesn't really make much sense for Xavier to come out with the score that is now the way the Barons are playing, because it really just risks his injury, him getting more of a severe injury and really affecting his recruiting process if anything happens.
Indeed, I agree with you there, Moses. Now we have Logan Marshall out back. Handed off to, I did not see that there.
Oh, the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Barons. Picked up by Cam Cooley. Great heads up play by Cam. Able to pick up the pigskin and cover the ball.
Correct, Moses. Now we await second down and 12. Here's Xavier Kane coming down from the far side of the field, walking on the sideline, helmet off.
No cleats on. It seems as if he is done for the game, folks. So it will be the QB position between Logan Marshall and Isis Lewis.
Hand off to Prophecy Kissmore as he picks up about 4 yards on the run. Now it's third down and about 9 or 8 yards. I've been told to give a shout out to Kelb Warner on the chain gang down there holding up one of the first down markers. Now we have Logan Marshall setting up, Isis Lewis and Malik Brown. Oh no, that's Semi Fort, not Isis Lewis. Set up. Now we have Logan Marshall scrambling, and he is going to be taken down. Ooh, a little bit of a late hit there by number 50. It's not called though.
That was a pretty good play by Logan Marshall to escape the pocket and try to get a run upfield, but he was just swallowed up by the Huskies defense.
It's going to be fourth down and quite a lot for the Barons, as it looks like we have Logan Marshall set to take the punt. Does look like that Flint Hill has taken out their starters and put in their backups. Now the snap to Logan Marshall, kicks it off. It's a high kick in the air, calls for a fair catch, and it's caught by number 6. Now we wait to see whether or not the Huskies decide to leave in their starters or if they decide to put in some of the backups to get them experience as Blue Ridge seems to be doing with some of their players.
That's right, Charlie. It's really good effort by head coach Wills to really give some of the young guns and new guys some more experience because they really need to. They're the future of the sport at Blue Ridge, and they have to have quite a bit of experience to be the future at this sport for him to really figure out what positions they're going to be good at. And it seems as if his head coach, Jimmy Wills' younger son, Ryan Wills, is in the game right now.
Indeed. Now, Flint Hill has made a change at quarterback with number 8. O'Kelly McWilliams now at quarterback for Flint Hill, along with a change in running back instead of Jordan Houston. It
was a very smart play by the Huskies. That was a great one. I think they could have achieved that one without the holding.
Indeed, they could have. Now they will set up. Now the Huskies will set up on their own 47-yard line and await the play from number 8, O'Kelly. He gets inside the huddle, and they're set up. Number 28 in the backfield alongside O'Kelly.
And by the way, have you met Sonny Joe?
And it's handed off to 28 again.
This time 28 swallowed up by the Barons defense.
There we go. Number 28 is James Shumway. James Shumway is number 28. Fullback / running back for the Huskies, and he is being subbed out and brought. And in comes number... I could not see the number there.
It still seems as if the weather is holding off, and I think it will be good till the end of the game, which is a good thing. We also have a mixer on campus tonight. Foxcroft is coming to the campus. We're watching movies outside, so it's a good thing the weather's holding off.
And and there is a very big hit by Cam Cooley and number 53 for the Barons, who is not listed on the roster, so unfortunately I cannot get his name, but
great hit.
Great hit anyways.
Swallow was a great play by Cam. Able to read that run route right from the beginning and just swallow that kid right up.
Now it looks like that now it's going to be 4th down, and number 18, Justin Dunkel will be taking the punt. Here it is. It's a high, long punt all the way back past the 10. It bounces back. It's going to land right around the 9-yard line.
Great kick by Justin. They will stay in bounds and bounce inward. Puts them in a good position. And the Barons not.
Now here come the Barons, pinned back at their own 9-yard line. Again, we have Logan Marshall coming in at quarterback with Tremel Thompson, your brother Liam Moran, Miles Ham, Andrew Jorgensen, and then we have Malik Brown, number 88 Tate Whitmer, a freshman at wide receiver. Makai Nelson running in motion. Handed off to Prophecy Kissmore, who is completely swarmed. And that is going to be a loss of yards.
He was absolutely swollen up by that play. And the Bears defense was really able to get there and make the play and make the stop and prevent them from getting a touchdown, even though they're pretty close. It's pretty impressive.
Touchdown. The Barons have the ball.
This week, crazy. I had 3 games.
Logan Marshall waiting to snap again. He gets it. He's looking upfield. Oh, and he's going to be sacked for a safety.
Absolutely horrible defense there by the Barons.
Defense? You mean blocking?
Yeah, which is defense. They protect the quarterback. He's still protecting him, correct? Which is in-turn defense. So. It's alright, folks. Charlie thinks he knows it all, but doesn't really. But so that was pretty bad blocking, and Logan Marshall was sacked pretty bad. Charlie, what do you think on offense they have to do differently to really get down on the field?
Well, I mean, they definitely the offensive line really needs to make blocks. I mean, that's as much as they need to do. I mean,
that's correct. I agree 100%. I really have a tough time doing that, you know.
Yeah, the offensive line needs to